The debate between using exothermic welding and pressure connectors for grounding electrical systems often arises due to concerns about safety and code compliance. In corrosive environments, authorities having jurisdiction or OJs may prefer exothermic welding because it creates a permanent molecular bond. This ensures a reliable and long-lasting connection. Pressure connectors, while generally less expensive and easier to install, can be more susceptible to vibration and corrosion. These factors can compromise the connection over time. The National Electrical Code, or NEC, provides guidelines for electrical installations. While it doesn't exclusively mandate exothermic welding, it does acknowledge the importance of local conditions. This gives the AHJ the authority to make determinations that enhance safety or address specific environmental concerns. Engineers have several options when trying to argue their case with an AHJ who prefers exothermic welding. Firstly, they can provide evidence of the effectiveness of pressure connectors. This involves presenting data and studies demonstrating the reliability and safety of pressure connectors, particularly in environments similar to the specific site, such as a petroleum refinery where corrosion is a significant concern. Secondly, engineers can emphasize the cost and time savings associated with using pressure connectors. Exothermic welding requires specialized equipment and trained personnel. This can lead to significant project costs and delays. Thirdly, proposing alternative measures can be a persuasive approach. This could involve suggesting additional measures to mitigate corrosion. Examples include using corrosion-resistant ground wires or applying protective coatings to pressure connectors. Fourthly, seeking independent verification can strengthen the argument. Engaging an independent testing laboratory or engineering expert to assess the safety and reliability of pressure connectors in the specific environment can provide unbiased validation. Engineers can reference several resources to support their arguments. These include the Underwriters Laboratories, or all, listing for specific pressure connectors, such as the Burndy IGC high-tap connectors, which are UL listed for direct burial and concrete applications. Studies on the reliability of pressure connectors in corrosive environments can provide data-backed evidence. A cost comparison of exothermic welding versus pressure connectors can highlight potential savings. And consultation with independent testing laboratories or engineering experts can offer expert opinions and assessments. Now, let's delve deeper into the technical aspects of each method, starting with exothermic welding. Exothermic welding, also known as a CAD weld, is a process that creates a molecular bond between conductors using a controlled chemical reaction. This reaction produces intense heat, melting the conductors and fusing them together. This method is highly reliable and resistant to corrosion, making it suitable for harsh environments. However, it requires specialized equipment, including molds, starting materials, and safety gear. Installers must be trained in the proper techniques to ensure a safe and effective weld. The process involves several steps. Firstly, the conductors are cleaned and positioned within the mold. Secondly, the exothermic welding compound, typically a mixture of copper oxide and aluminum, is placed in the mold's reaction chamber. Thirdly, a starting powder is ignited, initiating the exothermic reaction. Fourthly, the reaction generates intense heat, melting the copper and creating a permanent bond between the conductors. Fifthly, after cooling, the mold is removed, leaving a solid, continuous connection. The advantages of exothermic welding include its high reliability, resistance to corrosion, and ability to create a permanent bond. However, the disadvantages include the need for specialized equipment and trained personnel, the high cost compared to pressure connectors, and the potential safety hazards associated with handling flammable materials and high temperatures. Moving on to pressure connectors, these devices create a mechanical connection between conductors by applying pressure. These connectors come in various designs, including compression connectors, bolted connectors, and wedge connectors. They are generally easier to install than exothermic welds, requiring only simple tools such as crimpers or wrenches. Pressure connectors are suitable for a wide range of applications, but their reliability can be affected by vibration, corrosion, and improper installation. The installation process varies depending on the type of connector. For compression connectors, the conductors are inserted into the connector barrel and then crimped using a specialized crimping tool. The tool applies pressure to deform the connector, creating a tight mechanical bond. For bolted connectors, the conductors are placed between the connector plate and then secured by tightening bolts. The pressure from the bolts creates the electrical connection. For wedge connectors, a wedge-shaped piece is driven into the connector body, compressing the conductors and creating the connection. The advantages of pressure connectors include their ease of installation, lower cost compared to exothermic welding, and availability in various designs for different applications. The disadvantages include the susceptibility to vibration and corrosion, the potential for loosening over time, and the need for proper installation techniques to ensure a reliable connection. When evaluating the reliability of pressure connectors, it's crucial to consider several factors. Firstly, the connector material plays a significant role. Connectors made from corrosion-resistant materials, such as copper or aluminum alloys with protective coatings, are better suited for harsh environments. Secondly, the connector design affects its ability to maintain a secure connection under vibration. Connectors with locking mechanisms or features that provide constant pressure are more reliable. Thirdly, the installation technique is critical. Proper crimping or tightening of connectors is essential to ensure a reliable connection. Using the correct tools and following the manufacturer's instructions are crucial. Fourthly, environmental conditions can impact the long-term reliability of pressure connectors. Exposure to moisture, chemicals, and extreme temperatures can accelerate corrosion and degrade the connection. To mitigate the risks associated with pressure connectors, several strategies can be employed. Firstly, selecting the right connector for the application is essential. Consider the conductor material, size, and environmental conditions when choosing a connector. Secondly, using corrosion-resistant connectors and applying protective coatings can extend the lifespan of the connection. Thirdly, implementing a regular inspection and maintenance program can help identify and address potential problems before they lead to failures. Fourthly, proper installation techniques and training are crucial to ensure a reliable connection. In the specific case of a petroleum refinery environment where exposure to corrosive chemicals is a concern, additional precautions are necessary. Firstly, using connectors specifically designed for harsh environments is recommended. These connectors typically feature corrosion-resistant materials and protective coatings. Secondly, applying a sealant or encapsulant to the connection can help prevent moisture and chemicals from penetrating the connector. Thirdly, regularly inspecting the connections for signs of corrosion or loosening is essential. Fourthly, considering the use of sacrificial anodes can provide additional protection against corrosion. The NEC provides guidance on grounding and bonding requirements, including the acceptable methods for making connections. Section 250.8 of the 2002 NEC addresses connection of grounding and bonding equipment, specifying that connection shall be made by exothermic welding, listed pressure connectors, listed clamps, or the listed means. It's important to note that the NEC does not mandate the exclusive use of exothermic welding. However, it does emphasize the importance of making reliable and permanent connections. Section 250.70 covers methods of grounding electrode connection, reiterating the acceptable methods as specified in Section 250.8. The AHJ has the authority to interpret and enforce the NEC based on local conditions. If the AHJ believes that pressure connectors are not suitable for the specific environment due to concerns about corrosion or vibration, they can require the use of exothermic welding. In such cases, it's crucial to engage in a constructive dialogue with the AHJ to understand their concerns and explore alternative solutions. Presenting data and evidence supporting the reliability of pressure connectors, proposing alternative measures to mitigate corrosion, and seeking independent verification can help persuade the AHJ to reconsider their position. Cost analysis is also critical. Exothermic welding typically involves a higher initial cost due to the specialized equipment and training required. Pressure connectors, on the other hand, are generally less expensive and easier to install. A detailed cost comparison should consider the initial investment, installation costs, maintenance costs, and potential replacement costs over the lifespan of the connection. This analysis can help demonstrate the economic benefits of using pressure connectors, especially in applications where their reliability is not significantly compromised. From a risk management perspective, it's essential to assess the potential consequences of a grounding failure. In a petroleum refinery environment, a grounding failure could lead to electrical hazards, equipment damage, and even explosions. Therefore, the grounding system must be designed and installed to minimize the risk of failure. Exothermic welding offers a high level of reliability and resistance to corrosion, which can reduce the risk of grounding failures in harsh environments. However, pressure connectors can also provide adequate protection if properly selected, installed, and maintained. To further strengthen the argument for using pressure connectors, consider obtaining certifications or approvals from independent testing laboratories. These certifications demonstrate that the connectors meet specific performance standards and are suitable for use in the intended environment. Presenting these certifications to the AHA can provide additional assurance of the connector's reliability and safety. In addition to addressing corrosion concerns, it's also important to consider the potential for vibration to affect the connection. Vibration can cause pressure connectors to loosen over time, leading to a loss of conductivity. To mitigate this risk, select connectors that are specifically designed to resist vibration. These connectors typically feature locking mechanisms or other features that maintain constant pressure on the conductors. Regularly inspecting the connections for signs of loosening can also help prevent failures. When presenting your case to the AHA, focus on demonstrating a comprehensive understanding of the grounding and bonding requirements outlined in the NEC, as well as the specific environmental conditions at the site. Provide detailed documentation, including product specifications, test reports, and installation procedures. Clearly articulate the reasons why pressure connectors are a suitable and cost-effective alternative to exothermic welding in this particular application. Be prepared to address any concerns or questions raised by the AHA and to offer alternative solutions that address their concerns. Throughout the process, maintain a professional and collaborative approach. The goal is to find a solution that meets the safety requirements of the NEC while also considering the practical and economic constraints of the project. By working together, engineers and AHA can ensure the safe and reliable operation of electrical systems in even the most challenging environments. It's also beneficial to discuss the long-term maintenance and inspection plans with the AHA. A commitment to regular inspections and maintenance can alleviate some of their concerns about the longevity and reliability of pressure connections, especially in corrosive environments. This plan should include periodic checks for corrosion, loose connections, and any signs of degradation. Additionally, consider implementing a system for documenting these inspections and any corrective actions taken. Furthermore, it may be helpful to present case studies or examples of successful installations using pressure connectors in similar environments. This can provide real-world evidence of the effectiveness of pressure connectors and address any skepticism the AHA may have. These examples should include details about the specific connectors used, the installation procedures followed, and the long-term performance of the connections. In addition to technical arguments, it's important to address any legal or regulatory issues that may be relevant. For example, if the city has specific ordinances or regulations that mandate the use of exothermic welding, it may be necessary to seek a variance or exemption from these requirements. This process may involve presenting evidence to the city council or other governing body and demonstrating that the use of pressure connectors will provide an equivalent level of safety and reliability. Remember, the goal is to demonstrate that the proposed solution meets or exceeds the safety standards and requirements of the NEC and local regulations. By providing comprehensive documentation, engaging in constructive dialogue, and addressing any concerns raised by the AHA, engineers can successfully advocate for the use of pressure connectors as a safe and cost-effective alternative to exothermic welding. Another factor to consider is the availability of qualified personnel. Exothermic welding requires specialized training and certification, which may not be readily available in all areas. Pressure connectors, on the other hand, can be installed by any qualified electrician with the proper tools. This can be a significant advantage in areas where there is a shortage of trained welders. To summarize the key points, firstly, understand the NEC requirements for grounding and bonding. Secondly, assess the specific environmental conditions at the site. Thirdly, compare the costs and benefits of exothermic welding and pressure connectors. Fourthly, provide evidence of the reliability of pressure connectors. Fifthly, propose alternative measures to mitigate corrosion. Sixthly, seek independent verification. Seventhly, engage in a constructive dialogue with the AHJ. Eighthly, consider long-term maintenance and inspection plans. Ninthly, present case studies or examples of successful installations. And tenthly, address any legal or regulatory issues. By following these steps, engineers can effectively argue their case and ensure the safe and reliable operation of electrical systems. In conclusion, while the AHA preference for exothermic welding is understandable given the safety concerns, engineers have a responsibility to advocate for code compliance and cost-effective solutions. By providing evidence, exploring alternative measures, and seeking independent verification, engineers can argue their point with the AHA and demonstrate the suitability of pressure connectors for the specific application. The ultimate goal is to ensure a safe and reliable electrical system that meets the needs of the project while also minimizing costs and delays.